If you've been active on the internet in the last 9 years, chances are you've seen a Rocket League clip on your feed. This simple game about cars with rockets playing soccer or football if you're European has gone through many changes in their 9-year history. Whether that be it going free to play, removing trading, or the introduction of the flip reset. But one thing has always stayed constant in their 9-year history, and that is their very active professional scene with the Rocket League Championship Series, or RLCS for short. And since the RLCS is going on in hiatus for the next few months, there isn't going to be much RLCS content other than transfer rumors, completed transfers, and the occasional off-season tournament by the long list of tournaments that are set to be taking place over the off-season. So I was thinking, why don't we take the time to look back at the history of RLCS from Season 1 all the way to the most recent seasons of RLCS. Now, of course, there have been many RLCS recap videos done by other creators. I'll leave their links in the description. Go check them out. But I'm not doing it all in one video. Instead, I'm going to take a look at every single season and put them in their own respective videos. Now, this video might be the start of a whole series since you read the title by now, but honestly, you guys let me know in the comments if you want to see more of this series. Thank you so much for the support on the last video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get busy! The year is 2015 and Rocket League was just released on July 7th of that year, and with it came the already existing competitive scene from its predecessor SARP. And with it came tournaments just 5 days after release when ESL dropped their first tournament called the ESL Kickoff Cup for both NA and EU. These tournaments would later become the ESL Go 4 tournament with a cash prize of $75, and these tournaments would be hosted weekly for the next 73 weeks straight, where the best 8 teams per month would compete for these fancy tags and $150. During this time, on August 28th of 2015, Psyonix and Twitch partnered up to announce the creation of the Rocket League Championship Series, or RLCS for short, to the Rocket League community. The format of this season started with qualifiers for NA and EU only. A top 128 bracket was set to be broadcasted on April 30th and May 1st of 2016, with only 8 teams from each region making it to the RLCS. So even though it was announced in 2015, people had to wait until April of 2016 to finally play in the NA qualifiers and a few days later in the EU qualifiers. During this time, MLG would start their own weekly 3v3 tournaments where a guy named Kyle scored this.
Oh, but Gambit's going to be there as well. Tries to keep it in play. In goes Kyle! Kyle! No! Kyle! What? Oh my goodness gracious me!
And these weekly tournaments would lead to the MLG Pro League Season 1 that took place on September 3rd of 2015. This tournament was filled to the brim with early legends of the game, and it was the first time that we really got to see NA and EU play against each other. On this occasion, EU got the best of NA in this tournament, with 2 EU teams showing up in the finals, with a team called Flipside Tactics taking it in 7 games. There would be more tournaments during this time, like Rocket Royale and RLC Pro League, where EU and NA would take more chances to take punches at each other before the RLCS season began. Now, it's time to briefly explain the format of the regular season so we can get a feel for how one would qualify for a tournament like this. We're calling this format Gen 1, and we're going to do this for any time that they make a format change for RLCS, because trust me, they do that a lot. First, you go through the 128 team bracket that is divided by 2 waves, 2 teams from the upper bracket and 2 teams from the lower bracket. From each wave qualify for the group stage round. The group stage round consists of the 8 teams that qualified from each region, where they have to play 5 games each against one another. No, not a best of 5 series or a best of 7 series, but 5 games that they all have to play. So some teams would either lose 3-2, 4-1, or 5-0, which is weird because it would always usually be best of 5 for every group stage match, but who gives a fuck, this is the first season. So not only do they have to play 35 games in a single season, but the record is not decided by series wins, but by game wins. This made every game more important because it all got added up at the end of the season, with the top 4 teams making it to the playoff bracket, where the top 2 qualifies for not the Worlds, but another qualifier for another group stage round. Yeah, everything that I just explained, they did it twice, and I'm not going to explain it again. Once the 2 group stage rounds were finished, every team's performance during the group stage would be put through a point system. These points from both group stages get added up together, and the top 4 teams in each region would finally qualify for Worlds. Now, before we get to the juicy stuff called Worlds, let's first look at some moments from this season. They used to do one-on-one calls right before the match to get a word from the players, which created some funny moments in its own right.
Where can we get a hat like that? Good grief.
I just checked Amazon.
But I was doing some research before this game. So I was just going over some light reading. I thought I'd go over the list of the Flying Dutchman achievements. To be honest, I think I'm going to get a refund because there's just nothing in there. So, I don't know.
Pluto from Genesis scored the first goal in RLCS history. The original Wasteland was being used in RLCS matches. Can't wait to see how long this lasts till it just becomes another standard map. Mocket Esports tried to win the system by making 2 teams in NA and EU, with EU being the best team overall in both qualifiers. In Qualifier 1, iBuyPower and Weedham Girls were the teams to beat during the group stage, with the biggest losers being Team Orbit and Zero Effort, which is ironic because of the amount of effort they put in, going 6-29, losing 5-0 on 4 separate occasions, including the Flying Dutchman with streamer Jesse.
That's so lucky. Yeah!
iBuyPower and Flipside were the teams to win the playoff stage of the qualifier, getting to Qualifier 2 automatically. In Qualifier 2, iBuyPower didn't make the top 4, and a team called Lucky Bounce with Torment and Darkfire topped the group in NA. In EU, it was a fight between Flipside and Weedham Girls, with Flipside winning out after winning their series against them in round 6. The biggest losers were Selfless Gaming in NA with Sizz and Matt, and in EU, it was Shoot and Goal. Probably a candidate for being one of the worst teams to ever play in RLCS, winning only 4 games and losing 31 all season in a 5-game system. You had 7 attempts to win 5 games, and you only won 4. Jesus. Exodus just barely missed out on topping the group in NA for Qualifier 2 after leaving Vex Gaming, with a young player named Garrett G making his first RLCS LAN. There was a 4-way tie between Genesis, Kings of Urban, iBuyPower, and Mocket NA, with Genesis and Kings of Urban moving on after Genesis got 3 wins against Kings of Urban in the final game of the season, meaning there would be a new champion in NA. Doomsy's Supersonic Avengers took the last top 4 spot over the Flying Dutchman in the final game of the season and shocked the 28-7 Flipside team in a best of 7.
Gonna be a Supersonic, takes it against Flipside. They still have a chance to move on to the live finals. This is nuts. No one expected this.
Only to lose to Weedham Girls in the finals to give Weedham Girls first place in Qualifier 2, and Kings of Urban got first place in NA with this legendary roster. Now, the last thing I want to show you guys is the most viewed goals from NA and EU during this season. In NA, Luchino hit this air dribble against Lucky Bounce, and it got the commentators going nuts.
We'll see who gets the majority of them. Luchino off the roof. Can he do another one of these highlights? No!
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Wow!
These are the types of plays that you just like to watch over and over again.
And in EU, Mocket EU put up a 0-second miracle against the Flying Dutchman.
That could be a goal if someone connects with that. Oh my goodness!
Bashi finishes it, the team play from Mocket.
This pass is incredible from Sicky. I cannot believe he got the power on that.
The 8 teams that survived this gauntlet played in the World Championship on August 6th of 2016 at Avalon Hollywood in LA. These teams being Northern Gaming, Flipside Tactics, Mocket Esports, and the Flying Dutchman on the EU side, and Kings of Urban, Exodus, iBuyPower, and Genesis on the NA side. This tournament said goodbye to the complicated formats of yesteryear. Now we have a double elimination bracket where all matches are best of 5, and the lower, upper, and grand finals are best of 7. Finally, we can talk about Worlds, where we're gonna do a overview of the tournament to see how teams performed. This is the bracket, and let's see how these teams do in their first RLCS LAN. Northern Gaming and and Exodus both start hot, sweeping Genesis and Mach-E respectively. The Flying Dutchman, the last team to make it into Worlds by 5 points, obviously wasn't favored against the #1 team in NA, Kings of Urban. They hadn't even made it to the playoffs in their region for both qualifiers. How the hell are they gonna pull this one?
Pressure now come out from Kings of Urban, but a counter-attacking two set from Vogan, and there's the first goal of this game. Off the backboard, and no play from Kings of Urban. This ball still has to touch the ground. Shot from Vogan, and that's it. The Flying Dutchman take it 3-1 over Kings of Urban.
All right then. iBuyPower against Flipside, two of the best teams in the world, easily one of the best matches of the tournament. I'll just let you guys watch my favorite moments.
So much back and forth between this net. It's about time one goes in for Cookser. He's gonna nail a goal.
Kronovi coming up with over zero. Company, they tries to drop it in. What a play from Kronovi.
Throwing some spin-a-roonies on that one, Burley. Look at this 360 no-scope coming out in with a nose on that far post past that team. What a beautiful shot.
Pops that one up, and Mike's up there. Over zero gets there first and sends it towards the other side. A nice touch from Lachinio. It's going to drop in, and there's the lead for iBuyPower. And transitions it back into offense. The touch from Lachinio. Oh, it goes wide. The follow-up, and he puts it in 2-0 for iBuyPower. And Flipside is coming in strong. Lachinio keeps it away again. Over zero doesn't get the touch, and there's the tie game from Cookser. Now Mike going to drop it down, and there's the game. Overtime. Not the game. It's overtime. We're all tied up.
Would you have it any other way? We're going into overtime. If Flipside gets this goal, they move on in the winner's bracket. iBuyPower needs it to stay alive. Defense coming out from this iBuyPower team.
Defense and iBuyPower, not things you usually talk about at the same time. He's carrying it. Kronovi, they can put it in! They stay alive! We go to game 5. Able to put this one down. Lachinio trying to push it around. 18 seconds left. They need one to force overtime. Overzeal drops it, and Kronovi gets it in. Tie game. Side or iBuyPower. Final countdown as Kronovi tries to push it out. He's got it past 3. He has an open goal, and that's Flipside. iBuyPower taking the lead.
iBuyPower would end up stealing Game 5, sending another EU team down to the lower bracket. The lower bracket sees Kings of Urban and Mach-E lose to Flipside and Genesis, Genesis pulling off the first reverse sweep in RLCS history, keeping them alive in the tournament. Interestingly enough, these two legendary teams did not have a great showing, going 2-6 in this tournament before getting eliminated. Upper bracket semis go by quick, with Northern Gaming and iBuyPower sweeping their opponents, dropping Exodus and the Flying Dutchman to the lower bracket quarterfinal. Flipside got a bounce back sweep against Exodus, knocking them out of the tournament, and the Flying Dutchman win the 4th seed duel against Genesis, ending their tournament life. They would both move on to the lower bracket semi-final, where Flipside sweeps the Flying Dutchman, ending their Cinderella run. Now the finals. The upper bracket finals were favored by Northern Gaming, and why wouldn't they be the favorites? Under Weedham Girls, they went 53-17 throughout the whole season. I even made a chart to show you how good they were this season, having a 75.71 winning percentage, the best out of every team that played in RLCS that season, while also not dropping a single game throughout the bracket. If they beat iBuyPower, they would be 1 win away from lifting the trophy. What could possibly go wrong?
Try to put that one in. Lachinio loves flying from the weirdest angles, and a shot from Kronovi puts him ahead 2 goals. Remco 2-1, and we drop. And there it is. Everyone's bated breath on that one.
All right then. Well, it's okay because they're still alive in the lower bracket. They just need to beat Flipside to move on to the finals. No big deal.
Getting that bounce. No one there to contest that one. Someone has to contest this. Remco keeping it alive. Breezy off the backboard. Breezy in front of the net. Remco trying just a little bit too far. Still in front of the net. These guys have to get it 1 second. If this ball touches, it is over, and that's it.
And our finals have been decided. iBuyPower and Flipside once again face each other after facing off in round 1 of the bracket. Flipside went on a lower bracket run where they only dropped 2 games across 4 different series, 2 of them being sweeps. Whoever wins this will be the first team to win the RLCS and will go down in history if the RLCS happens to last long.
To mess with the defender, but he was able to stop that shot. Sixers in goal. Just watching Kronovi's touch. Pops down. Tries to put it out in the middle. Mike and Marky moving up as a unit. Put it towards the goal, and they find it over the top. First blood going to flip side.
Getting the defensive rotations come out of both teams.
And that touch from Marky Duda was so important, and this one from Mike is even more important. He sends it towards the net. It's a breakaway, and first blood going to flip side.
Flip side again, getting the first goal.
Rules puts it onto the backboard. Lachinio misses, and Mike takes another shot. Interference from over zero keeps it away. Marky can't get the angle either. Now Mike sending it towards the goal. It's right in front, and he's able to put it in. Marky Duda scores.
Eventually, if you put enough pressure on any team, they will cave, and this is a prime example. Mike just seen in the past, though, in their game against Northern Gaming, they did concede the first game pretty badly, but they were able to come back.
Oh my goodness! It dropped down. Lachinio punishes, and it's a 1-point game. They're still keeping the ball in the corner. She tries to pop out now over zero with a breakaway opportunity. It's going towards the goal. Nobody's there, and it's a tie game.
That's how the game gets tied up, which is an interesting situation. Very uncharacteristic. Kutsier went for the touch, but he get dunked immediately. You saw Mike Rules on his way to retreat, thinking that Kutsier was going to get a better touch.
Kutsier passes that one out, but it gets interrupted by over zero, who sends it onto net. Marky with the clutch save to keep that one away, but iBuyPower still threatening. Kronovi to over zero. They pass it around. It pops up. Lachinio has an opportunity, and iBuyPower takes game two. Now Marky sends that one towards the net. Mike with another touch, and the 1-2-3 puts up flip side.
Mike Rules reading this so up from underside. Kutsier puts it off to the top. Marky Duda passing it off to his teammate. Mike Rules getting just underneath it, beating Lachinio to that ball, giving them the lead again.
Power keeping this offensive pressure on. Now Mike Rules going to try and carry it through. Kronovi gets it through two, and there's a tie game.
Kronovi gets the dunk. This is the one danger of dribbling it in your own half.
Able to get the touch. Over zero bounces that one twice. Puts it around the corner. Ian Lachinio moving up as a unit. Trying to send it towards the net. Lachinio with the angle.
Mike Rules, he saw someone was coming down on him, but he took control of the ball. Oh, and a demo as he chases for the ball.
It's a bit of a power play. Marky sends it towards the net. Can Cookser finish this one off? He doesn't even need it. Marky ties the game.
There we go, tying it up. That demo could have been detrimental. It's hard to know exactly who it messed up. But Kronovi following that was a very smart play. He tried to get that dunk, and he did, but sadly his car got pushed out of the way. And flips out. Was able to get the vision.
What a drop by Cookser. Over zero gets set up on defense. Ball pops up above the goal where Cookser is waiting. He drops it down, but Kronovi and Lachinio able to teamwork that one away.
Those touches. Cookser is so good.
Is anyone there? No one's there. It's a tie game. Now Mike from the back drops it towards the box. Marky is there. Doesn't actually touch it. Over zero can't get it away, and that's flip side with the victory.
All three iBuyPower players hopped up for this. Mike Rules putting that on target, but it was a bounce shot. I think everyone kind of expected each other to get that iBuyPower. That is an unfortunate situation. Tactics happen as they can.
Oh my goodness, the shot from Cookser almost goes in, but Lachinio's there. Mike Rules follows it up and gets it in.
Mike gets there just in time again. So quick from turning defense to offense. Cookser gets the first touchdown to Lachinio, who pops it up high, but Mike flying across the field beats Lachinio before he can get there for the second touch, taking the first goal yet again. We're talking about placement from Cooks here. Again, even on a low shot, he put it to the corner, making it a difficult save for over zero to make it to.
Cookser to Mike Rules. Can Marky finish this one? It goes wide. He's going to try and continue to create pressure, but oh dear, the pinch shot sends it all the way home, and it's a tie game. Lachinio tries to dribble it through Marky. Now Mike Rules gets it over zero. Marky passes out to Cookser, who takes a shot, and it's going to be the lead for Flipside.
The quick passing plays again. Flipside can turn it around so fast.
This Flipside squad, they're up by one with 2:40 left to go. Game number 4. Kronovi, though, gets it past 2, and he's got to run onto the goal. Tie game by iBuyPower.
This is why you have to make sure you know exactly what you're doing on defense.
13 seconds left on the clock. Marky Duda pops it over. Still tie game. Breakaway opportunity. Kronovi can finish this off if he can just get the angle, and he does. iBuyPower takes the lead.
I didn't think he'd actually get that angle. He looked like he was running out of boost. He was trying his hardest to get there. He picks up that side boost just in time. Gets the diagonal flip for the angle boost as he does it, and gets it just in time to give them the lead with only 7 seconds remaining.
Kronovi and iBuyPower move up.
They have to be careful about how much room they give each other.
Oh my goodness, Mike Rules drops it in for first blood again. Pop this one over to Mike. It's not going to work out for them. That's actually leave the ball with over zero in the middle of the field. He's carrying this one up, being very patient, trying to get it over Marky, and he does. Tie game.
I've spoken on over zero's 1v1 skills. It is a playlist that he excels at.
Into the 2-1 offense. Leave Lachinio back. He's going to rotate in, switch out with Kronovi. Marky Duda and Cookser in the corner. Try to push this one away. Present advantage. Kronovi able to drop this one in, and there's the lead for iBuyPower.
Right now in the lead, and they only have to take 1 series for them to win this.
Oh man, Cookser couldn't get it away, and Kronovi punishes. This is the largest score margin we've seen yet. iBuyPower up by 2. This is the farthest we've seen so far. It's been 1-point games always for the last 4 games. Finally, iBuyPower finds a lead. Oh my goodness, can over zero finish it? It's 4-1 for iBuyPower.
To be able to very easily.
Now Mike shooting at the net. 1:16 left to go. Cookser comes in, he puts one in. It's a 2-point game. Their dream is still alive. Flip side, able to get there before Marky Duda can. Mike up on the wall, carries this one over. Lachinio's there, sits into the corner. Kronovi gonna pop it out. Can anyone finish? Over Zero there to put it away. That's the hat trick for Over Zero.
Of lax. There's like no hesitation in any of these players' decisions. They see what they have to do. They see exactly where the ball's going. As soon as the touch happens,
oh, it goes in. What a lucky bounce for Mike Rules. Managed to score first in every game so far. We'll see if they're able to pull it off again here in game number 6. Lachinio, Over Zero trying to push this one up. Mike Rules, his touch sends it still towards the goal. Can they finish it off? And there's Kronovi. First blood this time going to I by Power.
right now they don't want to overcommit if they don't have to.
Mike Rules able to put that one over to the side where Cookser picks it up. Sends it back to the middle. Kronovi with a shot on the net. Nobody's there. It's 2-0 for I by Power. Now Marky and Mike gonna pass it along the wall. Kronovi gets it through. He's got an open net. Can he get there before anyone else does? He does, and it's 3-0 I by Power.
They are spreading this lead as much as they want.
Away from Marky Duda. Keep the goal from happening. Still shutting out flip side right now, but there we go. Marky Duda finishes it off. Flip side's on the board. They press the issue. Over Zero keeps in the corner. Cookser rotates over to the side. Pops it up, but Kronovi shuts him down. Mike Rules shoots towards the goal, and Cookser gets the redirect. 24 seconds, they only need one. Marky Duda, Cookser, they're driving down. It's on the wall. Kronovi tries to put it over. Mike Rules drops it. Cookser takes the shot. It doesn't matter. I by Power are the RLCS champions.
Congratulations, I by Power Cosmic has taken flipside tactics for the second time so far in this tournament.
I by Power would be the team to lift RLCS's first ever trophy, get their names etched in history, and even got their own dedicated banner in Champions Field, which would become a tradition after that. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that Over Zero was substituting for starter Gambit for the tournament, meaning I by Power won this entire tournament with their substitute. And on top of that, he won the MVP of the tournament. And yeah, that's basically it for RLCS Season 1. Here are the players with the most earnings throughout 2015. And in the next video, I'll be covering RLCS Season 2, so stay tuned for that. And here's a random goal from Season 1 to end things off.
Almost getting that forcing market, starting to show that the defense can crumble.
Breakaway. Oh, it's lofted. Been able to get up into this one. There's Mystic. He's but a lot in goal. A lot is the layer of the game, but there's the shot from Mystic. Gonna go in. Siki helping him out. Tied it up.